We want to bring back in our panel for their reaction as well. Scott Walker, Jennifer Nassour. And, Governor Walker, what's interesting, too, is not only is Bill Clinton, facing these allegations that he's faced with multiple years, but you're also taking a closer look at his record, right? And if we recall, the 1994 crime bill, written by Joe Biden, signed into law by President Clinton, it was one of the key contributors to mass incarceration in the 1990s. People say it led to more prison sentences, more prison cells, more aggressive policing. And it makes you wonder, are Democrats looking past this? Have they moved on since this legislation was put into law?
Well, two things. I think, one, clearly Bill Clinton could not be nominated by this party today. They are that radical. I think part of the deal of them being united is exactly what I said earlier. They allowed Joe Biden to outsource his agenda to Bernie Sanders, AOC, all the others on the radical left, and that's kind of bought them the support that they needed. Bill Clinton, with his policies, could never be the nominee of the party today. But secondly, and Alan was exactly right about this, and that is the party that says they believe all women only say that if they believe them against people like Justice Kavanaugh. Remember, Kamala Harris, as a candidate in the primaries for President of the United States, said that she believed Joe Biden's accusers. She has set that aside, as well as her complaints about Joe Biden referencing people who are segregationists as examples of a time of civility in the United States Senate, and his support for a bill he authored to block busing, to force desegregation of the schools that she herself was a part of. I can see how you can have differences of opinion on policy, but those are key moral tests. And whether it's putting Bill Clinton up on the podium or ignoring the things that were said about Joe Biden in the past, both of those are failures of the moral test.
Yeah, but Kamala Harris says it was just a debate. It was a debate, as she laughs off.
Yeah, she didn't mean it, apparently. Apparently, you can lie in debates. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens in her debate with Mike Pence.
Absolutely, yeah, some mixed messaging there. Interesting. And, Jennifer, like we go back to, the selection of who's speaking at the event is such an important decision to make. Tonight we've got AOC, we've got Chuck Schumer, Dr. Jill Biden speaking as well alongside Bill Clinton. What kind of messages is the Democratic Party sending by choosing those speakers, do you think?
Well, it's really interesting. I mean, you see AOC, and she's part of the new, regardless of the fact that, we don't agree with her on policy. She's the new, and she's where the party is going, which I think is, exactly what the governor was saying. Bill Clinton could not get elected today because Bill Clinton being on the stage with AOC, such stark differences in their politics and their policies. So we have her. Then you go to Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer is definitely part of the old establishment, the old guard. And I don't know why Chuck Schumer would be up there. I understand why Clinton would be up there. I do see, going back to what Alan Dershowitz was saying, I mean, you have a double standard here where the Democrats only believe women who are accusing Republicans and not of a woman accusing a Democrat. And so you have older white men up there who, quite frankly, as a woman in this political sphere, it's not relatable. And if the Democrat Party wants to keep saying that they're moving ahead and they're being so progressive, but they have these older men who have, one has been accused a few times, one has been in office for so long, God knows what skeletons are in his closet, move them along, put on the newer ones, and energize the party, because you have a man in there who's running for president who is ancient, and you then put on other white men who are just eating into that narrative. I think that their lineup is much better for tonight.
Interesting to see the statistics of the age range of people tuning in as well, to see if they captured the attention of anyone in the younger, Gen Z or millennial generation. Be interesting to see those statistics. I also want to see the numbers of people tuning in as well. Hopefully we'll get that data soon. Jennifer and Scott, stick around. A lot more to talk about, because still ahead, former Ohio Governor John Kasich. He had plenty to say about President Trump last night at the DNC. We'll speak with one Ohio congressman about the matter when National Report returns.